You see what that woman is doing there? She's pondering, she's thinking, she's taking some time. Most of us do not take nearly enough time to revise what messages we are putting together. We pre-write, we draft, and then we revise. We want to improve the content, make sure our sentence structure is okay, any grammar, spelling, punctuation, formatting, or mechanical issues are taken care of. And it takes a fresh pair of eyes to do this. Sometimes you need to walk away and come back and take a look later. This phase, this third phase, will take the most time in your writing process. When we talk about conciseness, get rid of the long lead-ins. The audit begins January 5th. Just combine something. It's not exactly the same. It's just the exact thing or the same thing. Your personal opinion, as opposed to your impersonal opinion, it's just your opinion. Empty words, they mean nothing. They don't add anything to your content. Get rid of them. Edit them out. Your check was deposited immediately. We tweet, we text, we microblog, we post. We need to be clear and concise. Be descriptive, personalize messages whenever possible. Isn't it the worst when you send somebody a text and then you find out that you made a mistake or that autocorrect kicked in and it made things worse? Be sure your message is clear, short, and simple. 4 words is always better than all of the other words on the left. Trite means something that you would not say normally. Would you say pursuant in your everyday conversation? Perhaps you might. Most people probably do not. As you request. Trite is also something that's used too much. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Please do not hesitate. Please contact me with any questions you might have. Just simply say thank you. Cliches are things that we have said too much. They end up meaning nothing. Buzzwords also become very trite. And these are some of the examples. When you bury a verb, you're typically going to use more words than you need to say something simple. And a hint is if you choose a word that has I-O-N at the end of it, that can be a hint that you are burying the verb. Excessive exuberance. Using that exclamation point. Do we need to? It might be exciting to you. It might mean nothing to your audience. And you want to be businesslike at all times. When you create your document, you want to have a lot of white space. Bulleted and numbered lists will allow you to have more white space than listing all of the things that someone needs to do in sentence form will not be as effective as bulleting or numbering a list of things for a department to do or a team to take care of. And keep the sentences short with action words. Keep the paragraph short, as we've discussed as well. Set your margins and left justify. See this here? That's left justify. It will give you a ragged right side and a nice neat look on the left side. Single space in between your sentences, double space between paragraphs. That's the general rule of thumb for business communications. Documents are easier to understand when you have headings. It's easier for your audience to follow. Just like you do in a book. Could you imagine reading any book and it doesn't have chapters or headings? You will just get lost in pages and pages of typeface. Here are examples of how to use category headings. This will be especially important as your team puts together your business project. You'll have category headings that will help your audience follow the story that you're going to tell in 2 or 3 pages. Proofreading is an art. It's also a skill. Pat yourself on the back every time you find a spelling, grammar, punctuation, formatting mistake, misspelling of a name, wrong numbers, the tiniest thing. That's why the fresh eyes are really important for proofreading to catch your mistakes. Exclamation point! Question whether or not it's important to use that exclamation point. What's exciting to you may mean nothing to your audience. And I posted an additional 2.5-minute video of an opinion by Faith Sally about this from CBS News. Then, at the end, you evaluate your writing. Have I done everything I've needed to do to make this a clear message? Will the audience get my points? Will they respond appropriately? Will I get what I want out of this? Will they understand it? Does the message say exactly what you want it to say? How will I know if they get it? Have I issued a deadline, a call to action, something where I'm asking them to respond? Get back to me by the end of business on Friday so we can move on this Monday morning at 9 a.m. That's the end of Chapter 6 and this unit, which basically covered a whole lot of nuts and bolts in business communication. Following this, you'll be taking test number 1, covering Chapters 3 to 6, and good luck.